This is Ashtar of Ashtarcommand. We are here to serve all of you.
Hello, Ashtar. Thank you very, very much for gracing us with your presence today.
Hello.
I would like to ask you if it's appropriate to touch upon a subject that came into my and Erica's awareness lately, and it's something that I wanted to ask you if you would like to discuss with us about it, if you think it's important that it should be addressed. And this is several rumors that have been going on lately about several renowned, let's say, channelers who claim that Ashtar doesn't exist, or whoever channels Ashtar is deceived, and you know, this kind of things that have been said lately. And so, is there anything on this subject that you would like to address?
Yes. So today's channeling, the focus of today's channeling will be message toward our ground crew members and people who are interested in the command or Galactic Federation of Light. So this answer to the question is related to this subject. So we think this is appropriate to answer. So you can ask us the question one category by one category.
Okay, so I would like to start from the basic question, if Ashtarcommand really exists.
Yes.
Okay.
We do. We do. But not the way transmitted through these people. Ashtarcommand is not a military group because we want you to think with your own brain. We exist in 5D and up. So we do have the crew member from 5D to 8D. So not only our mothership, but fleets needs to shift the vibration of the ship. And that's how we do operate our missions. And each mission, our ground crew member or our member can decide what they want to do. We never tell them what to do. So when you do mission, you know, sometimes Erica tell me, and maybe you feel the same way, Hara. It feels like you're belonging to the military because you have to do the mission, and the mission is very hard. And you can abort the mission by killing yourself, because then you fail the mission. And your job is to stay at wherever you are, because your existence by itself is serving. So for that aspect, you feel like you're part of the military, but we are more of the Peace Corps. So what we are doing is we provide our services to create a better galaxy or better universes. So we do go to all over the universes and all over the galaxy, and each universe is governed by their law. So in this universe, we are governed by free will. So that the most beings, the law will abide by. Some ignore. That's why what is happening on Earth is happening. But we are here to serve our Prime Creator, and we are here to serve, to help all of beings to ascend. So what kind of activity is this? This is more like peacemaking activity, helping our brothers and sisters to reach their door to the ascension so they can ascend wherever they are at their dimensional level. And that's what we do in a simple manner.
Yes. And then why there are people who doubt the Ashtarcommand, people who say that it's malevolent forces, and why is this confusion and infiltration?
We will use the very simple example. I want you to think of you are the leader of this dark group. Physical or non-physical, doesn't matter. You are the real person and then or being. And if you want to stop the other group, what is the best way to do it when you have all sort of communication advantage to spread the information to the mass? The most effective way is to tarnish the credibility. And in your world, especially in the United States, people who are the believer of mainstream media, they decide to follow the tone, so they are a big fan of the current president. A lot of people started to feel what is going on, but in general, they were. So they chose to select them as the head of their country. And half of the people in the United States didn't feel it. But they were attacked, and the President Trump was smeared. We're not saying he is a most amazing person in the world. Everybody do have flaws. But when you want to bring other person down, the best way is to give bad news about the opponent. So most of the people will believe the news because it is credible, because it is broadcasted by the credible media or credible sources. The group.
Yeah. And we see this already in the mainstream media. I observe this phenomenon a lot.
Yes, so if this is happening in political field, don't you think this happened in the spiritual field as well?
Exactly, yeah, even more so.
Yes, so we want you to really, we have been talking about having discernment, and we had an episode on Erica's channel through my channeling about this. And having discernment is extremely important because this is a thing. Erica had a good sense of discernment because in the beginning of our spiritual journey, her guide, Archangel Michael, told her there is the service to self group. Not all service to self group are evil.
Yeah.
Service to self can lead to ascension as well, but we're talking about the typical service to group. They serve themselves for 100%. So they are extremely intelligent compared to humans. So what they do is they use 98% of truth, and then they put 2% of agenda in it.
Yeah.
So when she heard that fact from Archangel Michael, she freaked out naturally. And she said, do not let any galactic being or channeler or anything near me. I don't want that. Which is funny, now she's channeling. So what happened was she was warned by Archangel Michael, and then she was gently introduced by Christine Day and Daniel Scranton, 2017, But up till then, she had no contact except Bashar, because Bashar, Archangel Miguel, told her to listen. But the whole point is, when you are awakened, or you started to experience the spiritual awakening, it's not that you are in the stage of believing in your gift. And she has ability to read vibration of the beings. But in the beginning of her spiritual journey, she wasn't 100% in trust with her ability. So when you are not really trusting your ability 100%, you tend to listen to other people,
yes,
other authority. And she felt like she might, because she was just experiencing this phenomenon of spiritual awakening, and then she is talking to archangels and Jesus, but it's not like she's 100% in trust of her clairaudient ability or the ability to lead vibration. So she wasn't sure. So it took her about 7 years to trust in her ability while she was, healing herself. So it goes to the same thing. We want you to trust your own ability. You do have your gift. And some of you might be thinking, okay, I'm not clairvoyant. I'm not a clairaudient. I just have this gut feeling. That is your gift. Your clear cognizance. You know things intuitively, and which can be difficult to give to trust, because you don't have tangible gift compared to, let's say, clairaudient or clairvoyant. But more you trust in yourself, your information flow in within you. And you do have to understand each one of you are creating your reality through your own vibration. So when you want to get your truth, we're not saying your truth is the truth. We have 7.4 billion truth in your world.
yes.
So every truth is sacred. But when you're looking for your truth, look within and trust your gift and listen to it, or start listening to it. Or if you're not 100% in trust, start using your gift and get used to and having trust. Practice your gift and being comfortable with it, and starting believing in you instead of some other person. Because everybody do have their filter, more or less. Of course, they are clear channel, and they are the people who are connected with the higher beings and the higher groups. But unless you have the ability like Erica, how do you trust? How can you tell 100% the certain group or certain person is bringing good news for the service to others? You don't. So in that case, who can you trust? It's you. Because you hold every truth and every fact within you.
Yeah, and I totally resonate with what you say. I totally agree. I'm glad that you're sharing all of this. I would like to add that I work with private, with clients on one-on-one, and what I say to them when I'm coaching them to explore, expand their psychic abilities and their intuition and everything is that it's like a muscle, and that the more they work it, the more they trust, the more it will unfold.
Yes, so part of the reason why you and Erica do QHHT and VGH to the clients, so they can get their information from their team and their higher self without going through the third party.
Yeah. And that's why I guess we both chose it, because it's a very empowering way.
Yes.
To assist others, to
Yes.
remind them, to show them the way that they can find all the answers within.
Yes.
Yeah. And I also love what you said about discernment. It's very, very important. For me, it's important regardless of the source of where I receive information. I don't care if it's, I don't know, the holiest being on the earth. I always filter everything and use my discernment, and I keep what resonates.
Yes. And that what Bashar tells when he does his transmission. Keep what resonate with you and take it out the rest.
Yeah.
And also, this is a realistic 2 cents. Whenever you listen to a transmission or a teaching from a guru, you do want to ask yourself, is this the reality I would like to have?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter it's credible to the world or not. Is this the kind of reality do I want to have?
Yeah.
Because you are the creator, you are a creator. So part of the transmission we wanted to, or we asked Erica to channel us, is the so you can learn how to be a responsible creator. This is why we don't talk about the subject other channelers often cover as Ashtar, which is not us, because it is not helping for any one of you to ascend. It will help, it will stop you within your own matrix to stay in that structure. And we wanted to have a constant clear channel to deliver the message, and then she didn't really want to channel me because that got nothing to do with her service. And then she was thinking that my her service or her profession will lose the credibility because she's channeling galactic. She was doing her YouTube channel as a fine in the beginning, but once she started to do spiritual service, the coaching, and then providing the quantum sessions, quantum healing hypnosis session, it is not what she really wanted to do. But she thought, well, I'm suitable because I'm a crew member and I know how to channel other beings. So he's asking me, okay, I'll do it. It's not like she was like, wow, Ashtar, this is exciting, let's do it. She wanted to do a entertainment project collaboration with us, which we will. But this is what we wanted her to do, and then she agreed. And this is why she has been doing it. So the main purpose of every single transmission is very similar to Daniel Scranton's 90 Actuarian Council channeling, to help you to ascend. Because Starseed are the way shore. Starseed is the people who are in the front line to lead the rest of the people to ascend. You are not the rescuer, so you don't have to go to, let's say people who reside in 3.0 dimension and then tell them and try to lift them up. That's not your job. But wherever you go and you come across with people or group, you are dropping your light code. You don't really have to do any kind of channeling. You don't have to do any kind of spiritual talk, but you're dropping the light code through us and through your higher self and through your galactic connection. This is why it is important for the starseed to exist physically,
Yes.
And we wanted to help you to stay here on Earth because it is a part of the mission. Some of you are our ground crew. Some of you are working from for your own planet or your own councils. But in the big picture, we all work for the same mission to help ascend the humanity.
Yes.
And the Ashtarcommand is not just a mother ship, even though Erica and Hara reside in the ship. There are so many other fleets. So and then those fleets do have their own projects and their own services to provide peacemaking activities at each district of the galaxy or universes. So regardless of where we are at, we are serving for all beings to ascend. So eventually we'll be merged into the Prime Creator. And that's what Prime Creator wants, regardless of which dimension you're at, physical or non-physical.
Interesting. As you say this, I'm thinking, I wonder if really Prime Creator has an intention or a wish or, you know.
Yes, because the reason why beings exist other than the Prime Creator, because Prime Creator wanted to wish to know what it's like to be other than being the Prime Creator.
Yes.
So all consciousness started to split.
Yes.
So the opposite consciousness do exist, means opposite consciousness from the Prime Creator. That is what you call as evil forces, like physical or non-physical.
Yeah.
People name them as a demon or Satan or that, whatever. It doesn't matter. They are the galactic beings or non-physical energy beings. But they are also the part of the Prime Creator, whether they are aware of the fact or not. So even the Earth ascension, those dark forces are helping the ascension of humanity by playing their own parts in the big picture.
Yeah, so in other words, the goal is to reintegrate back with the source, to reunite, to...
Yes.
So yeah, makes sense.
That will be a very long journey, because even 90 Actuarian councils, they are huge consciousness.
Yeah.
But they will be ascending to 10D Actuarian councils. They are in the process of ascending to higher level of non-physical consciousness. So even then, they are ascending from 9D to 10D, 11D to 12D. And even after 12D, they will be merging into bigger collective, and then the consciousness gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and eventually they do not have a name.
Yeah.
Like Erica's oversaw 12D of light, they still do have a name, but they have merged into other consciousness with other universe. So when the consciousness is merging and keep on merging into higher octave, they eventually lose their name. And then they'll eventually go back to the Prime Creator. Does it make sense?
It does, yeah, of course it does make sense. What amazes me is the paradoxical, how you say, nature of existence, because at the same time it's an illusion, all of this, because ultimately we are a holographic fragment of source, and we are just imagining all this separation and all these different experiences. So it's really an incredible system.
Yes. So the one good measuring stick to ask for you is, when you hear any kind of information, Is this helping me to ascend? Is this helping me to merge into bigger collective? Or is this causing the separation or the division?
Yes, yes. Yeah, I also would like to comment that how I personally discern the information I receive is, does this information make me expand, or does this information make me contract?
Yes, that is a very good way of putting it. And also, we want you to ask yourself, when you hear the interesting fact or credible fact, do I want to be the part of this reality? Because you do really have to understand that you are a creator.
Yes.
You can do everything what the prime creator can do in your own capacity. So you do have a responsibility as a creator, what kind of information you take within and decide, okay, it's kind of like a weaving. You weave the information into you and make that as a part of your reality. And do you want to weave that kind of information within you?
Yeah.
Having curiosity is good. You did ask or talk with Erica the one particular reality you're curious about in other dimensional existence.
Yes, I
and
think
you do know our answer. We don't mention what it is. We do know what you wanted to ask, but the question is, do you want to be in the part of that reality? And if answer is no, and it doesn't excite you to be a part of it, just brush it off.
Yeah, but awareness is important in order to make the choice.
Yes. So it is important to be aware and ask questions, do you want to be the part of this reality? And also how your body react. Just like you said, does your body contract or expand? Do you feel excited about it, or do you feel kind of down energetically, vibrationally? Your mind will satisfy, because your mind always seeks for the information. So you are kind of filled with information. You feel like, okay, I know this. But knowing this doesn't mean create a better reality for you.
Yeah.
This is why it's harder for the humanity to ascend, because you have this structure of the mind. And where the mind structure came from, that is the sum of the physical structure of 40 galactic beings. And that was allowed to construct into humans because the higher beings of galactics thought this would be interesting as an experiment in a way, because when means majority of us, we do not have mind, we are connected directly to our heart, so we are heart consciousness being. So it is very easy for us. We are not just talking about Ashtarcommand, we are talking about all galactics 5D and up. It is easy for us to connect and easy for us to open up the doorway to the prime creator, or open up the doorway to the Christ consciousness, because we are connected to our heart. And then we know how to discern, because we only have heart to connect with. But when you have a mind, you do have to harness the balance between heart and the mind, which is quite difficult. But we also thought this is interesting, and then that's why the creation of certain group of humans at that time with mind was allowed, and all humans eventually mingled with each other, and then the present structure of humans were created. Because when the creation happens, the certain galactics do have ability to create a life. That's including humans and new species. But they are not creating a new life without any kind of permission. They are not creating because they feel like they're creating. They need to go through all procedures and then permission from the galactic councils, and they have to speak with elders, and then elders do speak with Prime Creator, and they themselves do speak with Prime Creator and what Prime Creator feels about this creation. So the beings or group of beings, they decided to create a new life or a new group of species in a new planet. They are creating on the behalf of the Prime Creator, because nothing is done without the permission. We use the word permission because Prime Creator is not someone rules over us. But we do ask if that is a Prime Creator wish to create. And if that is okay, the creation happens. And some creation on Earth at that time wasn't going through the proper procedure, but it was allowed to continue because of this fact. Because the when a new being who do have mind and heart, it is a very new kind of species. So this is part of the reason why a lot of the galactic community are watching people on Earth, because there is no other being in this universe who do have mind and heart together as a being.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's that creates a lot of challenge to
Yes.
manage to balance the two, to bring them into coherence.
Yes.
And
but that makes you very interesting.
Yeah. I think this is the mastery ultimately, and I have focused a big part of my work on this planet to remind people the heart-based living, and that the heart is the doorway to their inner self, to their higher self, to source, to manifestation and everything.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Because the heart is, what do you call heart, is the not the organ, but it's a energetic system to connect with the Prime Creator, because Prime Creator is a big consciousness and your heart is the small consciousness, and which is made of the same ingredient.
Yeah.
And when you use that part, it is easy for you to connect with higher beings or the Prime Creator, because you are made out of the same cloth.
Yeah.
When you use your heart. And what lower 40 beings are learning is how to develop their heart, which they didn't have to begin with, which you can, because all of you are the creator. So you can develop the part you don't have. So instead of being 100% mind-oriented, they'll learn how to start serving for others. And how you do that. Of course, you're going to serving for others from mind-oriented space to begin with, but eventually you will develop the heart to serve fully, like we are doing.
Yeah, and what just came into my mind was Yeswa. Sananda, or commonly known as Jesus, his main teaching was pointing to the heart.
Yes. This is why he's teaching his mission, the Christ consciousness, to all over the galaxies and all over the universes. Because the Christ consciousness is a way to unite with the Prime Creator. And what is the Christ consciousness in the simple word? Unconditional love. Where does it come from? Your heart. Not your mind. Your heart.
Yeah. I want to ask you a more like detailed question.
Yes.
Going a bit back to what we were saying before. Anyhow, I wonder if there's any physical base of the Ashtarcommand, and specifically on Jupiter.
No.
Okay. Anywhere else?
No. You do have to understand the Earth is the last hot spot. Means in the reality Hara or Erica reside in, which they chose to create, and many of you are because you're listening to this transmission, galactic war has ended in a long time ago. So when galactic war was happening, the Command and the Galactic Alliance has to do their militaristic activities. We are not saying galactic war never happened. It did. The part of the reason why all of us are contributing to create a peace in all over the universes and all over the galaxy, because we all want peace. So because of the wish, we are in the world of 99% of peace. Means except Earth, everywhere else is in peace. We're not saying every single beings are having the same opinion or same kind of attitude toward things. There are the differences. And then there are 40 beings, service to self groups and service to other group, but they came to the understanding of each other. So when you come to the understanding of each other, we know how to conduct peace with each other. So we are more of the peacemaking group because we all want peace. Because in peace, it is very easy for us to going back to the Prime Creator, because you can only focus to ascend. Even though there are challenges we have to go through, depends on where you are at or we are at in the dimensional level. So when a certain people or certain channelers are expressing about this physical Jupiter or their reality, they are connecting their creation or their reality, and they are simply transmitting that information to you. So we are not saying what they are saying is fake information. Where they're at vibrationally, which is lower vibrational field, that is true to them. The question is, do you want to be the part of that reality? So let's say if they reside in somewhere in lower 4.2 dimension, let's say, and you are at 4.9, and your world, except on Earth, everywhere else is a peaceful world, and then you get this information, and then do you want to include this information as your reality? That means you're reviving the timeline which is already ended into yours, and weaving that timeline into yours and reviving it.
Do you think it could be even intentional?
Yes. But it doesn't really matter what agenda is. The question is, do you want to create that reality part of yours?
Yeah.
Then it won't be the debate between they are fake or we are true, because the whole point is about unity, the unity consciousness, the Christ consciousness. Any kind of group, any kind of individual instigating the division is not working for the prime creator. In a big picture, yes, we said even the dark side, they are cooperating the ascension without knowing they're cooperating. But we are talking about a more simple way. You do want to ascend, you do want to physically ascend in your reality, and what kind of teaching or what kind of information is helping you to unite? And we are not here to tell you what to believe, but we are here to tell you, believe within you. Believe in the truth within you. And that's what we are doing to help.
Yeah, you are here to inspire us to believe in ourselves.
Yes, because you do have to understand you are a creator.
Yeah.
What Sananda came on earth to do is to teach you and show you what he can do, you can do it.
Yeah, absolutely. That was his message. Nobody understood it. Yeah. Not nobody, but they tried to distort it anyhow.
Yes. There's always an agenda in everything. So see what the agenda is.
Yeah.
And instead of bashing it, to see, there's an agenda. So I'm not going to take this part of the passage of the Bible or whatever that is.
Yeah.
Erica doesn't believe in every single word in Bible because she was a Catholic, so she never did. But we do understand that some of the folks, they do believe in every single word.
Yeah.
And then somehow some people can interpret God into 100% love, which their way of understanding it. But anything is an agenda because you are in the world of duality, and then you are shifting your world into less of the duality. Earth has huge contrast of the duality compared to other planets. So when you are shifting from 4.9 to 5D, you are having less duality, less contrast.
Yeah. Okay. I am satisfied from my side. I feel that I don't have any more questions for today, but if there's anything more you would like to add, please.
Yes, the last transmission, we want you to listen to it again. The last transmission of Grand Crew Ashtarcommand, part 1. This is part 2. We are talking about the member will be always, we're talking about Grand Crew member is always 240. And you asked, is it always going to be 240? And then we said yes. But there's a change because of what is happening in the current circumstances. We are having 314 people as of now. So most of the members are newborn. We have additional 74 members.
Why did this happen? Why did the number raised?
Because we thought maybe some people will drop out.
Mm-hmm.
We are not really expecting a dropout from the younger member of the crew, means babies, toddlers, children, small children. But 60 of you might, because of the information.
I mean, of the disinformation about about Ashtarcommand.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we thought, well, it wasn't our decision, but the people from the fleet and some of the people from mothership, they wanted to come.
Mm-hmm.
So the mission is always decided by you.
Yeah.
I am where I am to consult with all of you, and I don't tell any of my crew member what to do. But I have more experience, so I share my wisdom, I share my knowledge to my crew members.
Yeah.
But each mission you have, you decide what do you want to do, and you decide how do you want to do it. We never tell you what to do.
Yes.
Oh, this is another indication how you can discern if you are with a higher frequency being or not. We'll never tell you what to do.
Mm-hmm. I can confirm that.
Yes, and then we or archangels, we can suggest, but it's up to you. Because we all abide the law of free will, which this universe is governed by. So you still have 60 people who are, we call as an adult. Doesn't mean you're over 21 or 18, you're younger maybe. And not all of you are consciously knowing you're the part of the command. Like we have spoken about in the last transmission. You do have the knowing of your starseed connection. But maybe because of the information you have received, you may not want to delve into your natural gut feeling of your involvement with the command. You might have had a dream of being in the ship, or you might thought you contacted with us, or some other session you had with QHHT or BQH, you saw you're in the ship or fleet, and then you might deny the connection. Or you decided to get away from it because you might believe we are the source of all evil. So our crew member saw what is happening, and they said, okay, well, we'll come. And this is why the increase of the member.
Wonderful. So welcome to all the small starseeds.
Yes. And the new babies, and especially newborn babies, they have different energetic structures compared to the previous babies.
They're more.
All of them are starseed, but new babies are blended babies. And we do have a lot of blended children. And then the reason why you're having those kind of babies, and a lot of them are the representative of other galactic councils or Ashtarcommand, because they will be the future leader of your planet.
Yay.
Yes. And it is very important for all of you to having this new idea or new way of conducting the life on Earth. And that takes evolved consciousness to change what has been practiced for thousands of years. Of course, this change will be introduced by the Starseed, the adult Starseed. But a newer generation, they have more malleable and flexible way of thinking. And then it's easier for them to drop something old and then create totally new, something the older generation never thought of.
Besides the Ashtar starseeds that are coming in right now, are there generally more starseeds coming in than, let's say, some years before? Let's say
Yes.
before Corona?
Yes, because of the energetic situation right now, and we do hear the collective wish from the humanity,
Or scream.
the people from the other galaxies or other planets, or even the angelic kingdom can hear the wish. So they decided to born into the human.
Oh.
So the lot of babies between the twin flames, they will be angelic. Means never been any galactic, only an angelic. And when angelic decide to become a human, it takes a certain physical vessel to be in. Cannot be any kind of physical vessel. It has the higher frequency physical vessel to begin with. And those babies are born between the twin flames. But regardless, a lot of higher frequency beings enlisted themselves to born in Earth. So just them existing as a babies, it will bring their vibration up as a collective. So this will help you to have physical ascension much faster. It doesn't have to be 20 years from now or 30 years from now, or even 10 years, much faster. And that's what all of you want.
Yeah. Very happy to hear this. So welcome to the all small, tiny, little, magical, powerful seeds from the stars.
Yes, we have a lot of newborn babies from fairy kingdoms as well.
Oh.
So a lot of high frequency beings, and then this was a original reason why Earth was made. Earth was made for the cosmic library to have all sort of frequency and energetic information of the species. So it does make a lot of sense to have a soul from angelic kingdom or fairy kingdom or other planets from higher frequency realms to be a part of Earth member of the society, even though you do have similar physicality, your soul origins are different. And that would be a lot of fun to commingle with in 5D Earth.
Yeah, this is, sorry, I got emotional. I got very touched by what you said, because this is my dream since I was on this planet, to see all this beauty unfolding and all these high, beautiful beings combined. And yeah, so
yes, so it is happening.
Yeah.
So this is why we're making this part 2 transmission, because this is very important to believe in yourself and believe in your ability and be responsible with your creatorship.
Fantastic. Thank you, Ashtar. Thank you very, very much.
Yes. This is Ashtar of Ashtarcommand. We are here to serve all of you. Okay, cool. That was a long talk.
Yes, it was, and it was really, really Really great. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Uh,
Oh, you're crying.
yeah, because I was touched because I'm so happy to hear that there are more starseeds coming. There are more, you know, high frequency beings infusing this situation. What is, you know, to shift everything. And yeah, I just got very touched by it.
Yeah, it's so nice. We're gonna have like such a high frequency baby. So they may be like develop much faster than babies we have, you
Yeah.
know, baby as we know. Like they may be, you know how galactics are.
Yes, I know. I'm aware of this already. It's already happening. I've seen many videos from small babies that they are growing up extremely fast. If you check online, you will find they lift their head after 2 weeks. They are walking after a few months. They are talking very quickly. It's happening the last 1-2 years. It's really crazy.
Yeah, and you and I will have our own. So that will be exciting.
Yeah.
Let's see what kind we will have.
Yeah, exactly.
Either way, it's gonna be exciting.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. It's a dream unfolding.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Erica. It was amazing. Thank you so much for your time and your energy into all of this.
You're welcome. And then check out my site too. I do Ashtar transmission as well on my channel. Alrighty. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for watching, everyone. You will find all the links below. See you next time. Big hugs. Bye-bye.
Bye.